One of the most common themes I encounter when I work with relationships and couples is conflict, and what do we do with conflict, and literally the paralysis of having no template or manual for when you hurt. I don't have all the answers as such, but I've thought a lot about conflict, and I think it comes down to a mechanism in life basically, which is called rupture and repair, where in a sense all of us from the beginning of our time will experience something called trial and error. That's how we learn, that's how we live. We almost have to get things wrong and we have to hurt, or we have to experience something difficult before we get things right. And I think that's something in human relationships that's so pivotal, that conflict is to be expected. If someone loves you, if you love someone, if you engage closely with people, they will let you down and you will let them down. That is to be expected. How do we handle that? Often what people say is, I don't know what to do, but they're overwhelmed by what they're feeling, which is disconnection from their loved one, and actually not just emotionally but on a physiological level, a bit of franticness, heart rates racing, hormones flooding your body, your temperature, your blood pressure, everything, your rhythms all going out of synchrony because you and that person are not right. Conflict really rocks us, it really affects us, and that's why a lot of people have paid attention to what can we do about it. Unfortunately, a lot of times in relationships what we tend to do is we either ignore it and lose the relationship, or we remain in anger, we remain disrespected, we remain polarized, and perhaps make the problem worse. We ignore these things, and it takes a really bad toll on the quality of our connection. But there are ways to restore peace and security and harmony between people after conflict. And the reason for thinking about healing and rupture and repair is so that you can go back to that feeling of safety and well-being and comfort with the other person, so that the mental picture you have of you and them in your mind, you can again reinstate that, and also so you can strengthen your relationship. Nothing strengthens without having to be expanded or stretched, so conflict does that for you. And after, if you try to heal conflict, you may have that sense of, I'm more engaged now, I'm more committed, I'm more resilient after this test to our relationship. But unfortunately, one can't just will yourself to repair and heal, especially when it's a relationship between two people. There are things that you need to do. One of the first things is soothe yourself. If you are not soothed, you have nothing that you can offer that's calm and composed or indeed authentic. You have to soothe what's going on inside of you. I think you also have to be really humble. You have to understand that you bring strengths and weaknesses to the relationship, and you are indeed yourself, good and bad, and accept the limitations that you might have that might have brought the conflict on. A really fundamental thing is moving in towards the other person, even though you're at odds with them, leaning in, accepting their influence, turning towards them, and letting them see that even though we have a conflict between us, I still respect there's a lot of good and a lot of wisdom in you, and this serves a great purpose in healing the breach. Because when you stop taking a polarized position and you remind yourself and the other person that there's been so much more than this conflict, We have so many points that we've been aligned on, so many experiences where we've been in harmony. It is very healing. The importance of doing all of this is that you restore safety, that you learn to deal with something that will come up time and again, that you don't lose important people in your life, and you actually have a toolkit to deal with something that will make you feel a lot more confident about expressing disagreement without feeling like you are fearful that you'll lose someone.